Action News, Delaware Valley's leading news program.
Friday night, it's costume fitting time for the 6 ABC IKEA Thanksgiving Day Parade, and Philadelphia police start their bicycle blitz, trying to put the brakes on riding violations. But the big story on Action News tonight is a savage attack against a woman in West Philadelphia. It happened at 56th and Walnut at the Leli restaurant, and the woman's decision to enter the place last night at about 11 o'clock almost cost her her life. Action News reporter David Henry is live at the scene of the crime. David, what can you tell us?
Well, Jim, it really was a close call, and this was truly a brutal attack. That young woman walked into this Chinese takeout restaurant around 11 o'clock last night. She came out to get some food. She had no way of knowing she was walking into a nightmare.
While she was inside, 6 males unknown to her approached her. She began to be fondled. At some point, they forced her to go with them.
The suspects, 3 of them teenagers, took the woman against her will out of the restaurant. They first hustled her across the street into an alley and then forced her into a first-floor apartment. That's where they raped and sexually assaulted her. The 24-year-old victim struggled and screamed. Someone heard her and called the police. They were able to find the apartment and went inside, where all 6 suspects were caught in the act.
And all 6 of these males, who ranged in age from 16 to 52, were charged with rape, sexual assault, and related offenses.
It really was a horrifying ordeal for the victim. She was taken to the hospital where she was treated for her injuries. She's recovering at home now, but likely with emotional scars that may never heal. Live in West Philadelphia, I'm David Henry, Channel 6 Action News. Jim?
Thank you, David. It came as a terrible shock this morning. The Valero Energy Corporation announced it is shutting down its plant in Delaware City, and the shutdown is permanent. Translation, 550 jobs are going up in thin air, just like the deadly chemical releases that have plagued this refinery for years. But this is all about the economy and the obvious fact that the recovery is still very much in the future. Delaware correspondent Lauren Wilson is live outside the plant tonight. Lauren?
Jim, Valero's announcement really did come as a major shock here in Delaware, and it leaves many wondering how much more bad economic news can the first state take.
It keeps coming. It said they've got to stop the bleeding somewhere.
Somewhere won't be here at the Valero plant, where state police were called to make certain there were no incidents after employees learned just this morning that the plant was closing for good, and they had until noon to pack up. Action News was the first on the scene.
Christmas might not be as much, but hey, we're going to get some through it.
This news came without any warning. There's a lot of people inside that are very distraught from the news. I think they should also have counseling for people right now with the holidays looming, and 1,500 people without a job right now. It's going to be very bad.
Cedric White is among the hundreds of subcontractors who work alongside the 550 Valero employees. Company officials say the crumbling economy is behind the closure. The refinery estimating it will save $450 million next year by leaving Delaware. It's news Governor Jack Markell has heard before. The Chrysler plant in Newark recently shut down to save money, along with the General Motors plant in Wilmington.
They just made a decision they were losing too much money there, so it's disappointing. And now, of course, our job is to get right to work with our rapid response teams to help the employees.
It's not an easy situation to respond to with the economy being the way it is. And you just don't roll over and go to another job.
Indications are Valero sought other companies to buy the plant but got no takers, perhaps because of the history here. Back in 2005, under Valero's watch, 2 employees were killed after being exposed to nitrogen gas. And in 2001, when the plant was owned by Motiva, an explosion killed 1 employee and injured 8 others. Back here live, where employees did get one bit of good news. They will be paid for the next 60 days. Live in Delaware City, I'm Lauren Wilson, Channel 6 Action News.
Thank you, Lauren. Well, the loss of hundreds more workers in Delaware deals yet another blow to the Diamond State's troubled job market. In statistics released just yesterday, unemployment stood at 8.7%. Now, that is below the national rate of 10.2%. but well above the beginning of the year when it was 6.7%, and that's more than 3% worse than October of 2008. We have help for the unemployed at 6abc.com. Click the Business News channel on the left-hand side of our website for links to agencies helping people get back to work. The Recession Resources page also has help with home heating, with food, medical care, and more. No verdict today whether cop killer John Lewis will get the death penalty or life behind bars. Let's go live outside the Criminal Justice Center in Philadelphia. Action News reporter Vernon Odom. Vernon, emotions ran high today.
Jim, there have been a lot of highly emotional moments during this trial, but today it actually went to a new level. Today was gut-wrenching, in fact, as the Cassidy family described their loss from the murder 2 years ago, as the prosecution presses now for the death penalty, and John Lewis's family took to the witness stand to ask that he only get life in prison with no chance for parole. Cassidy's widow, Judy, told the jury her husband of 26 years was the consummate, loving family man who worked endless overtime hours to provide for her and their 3 children. Cassidy, we didn't have much, but we had it all. Frequently, Judy Cassidy glared at defendant John Lewis as she went through her impact statement for the jury, looking directly at Lewis when she noted her husband never fired his gun during 25 years on the police force. In the 750 days since the murder, she said, it's hard to celebrate holidays. Quote, for Chuck's birthday, we go to his grave. My children, they were robbed. What happened was senseless. Again, glaring at cop killer John Lewis, most of the courtroom was in tears. John Lewis's mother, Monique Deiches, a city corrections officer, took the stand to ask for mercy for her 23-year-old son, whose father was murdered when he was a 5-year-old. Quote, I'm sorry, I truly am, that the Cassidy family has to go through this. Lewis's grandmother, Bernitha Glover, told the jury she knows he is remorseful and suffered from not having a strong male figure in his life. She spoke to reporters after she asked the jury not to send him to death row.
To take a life is not going to bring one back.
You want the jury to spare as well.
All I want is justice to be served. He's got to pay. We know that. But don't take his life.
Jim, jury deliberations will begin on Monday morning on the death penalty issue. That could take all day. Live in Center City, Vernon Odom, Channel 6 Action News.
Thank you, Vernon. Well, the deaths of 2 pedestrians who were run down by bicyclists last month are prompting a cycling crackdown by Philadelphia police. Today in Center City, the department's Bicycle Coalition kicked off a new campaign. Officers will enforce the rules of the roads, issuing citations to cyclists who fail to stop at red lights, ride on sidewalks, and other infractions. They'll also ticket drivers who ride in designated bicycle lanes and drive aggressively. Hundreds of people rolled up their sleeves today for a swine flu clinic in Gilbertsville, Montgomery County. Those in high-risk groups, including young children and adults, stood in line for more than an hour. Another clinic will be held from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. at Central Montco Technical High School in Plymouth tomorrow. Well, the countdown is on with less than a week left until the 6ABC IKEA Thanksgiving Day Parade. It is the 90th year for this holiday tradition, and there will likely be as many sequins as ever. We'll be inside the Center City Sheraton today as performers got fitted for their costumes. They will strut their stuff starting at 8:15 Thursday morning. There's a new route for the parade this year that's only a few blocks shorter. As we fly you through from the new start point at 20th and JFK to 16th Street, it heads north on 16th, bypassing the old bleachers at City Hall. Then it makes the traditional turn onto the Ben Franklin Parkway for the march to the finish line in front of the Museum of Art steps. And a reminder from the first float to Santa's big arrival, you can see it all right here on Channel 6. After 30 years of hosting, this will be the last time for Dave Roberts before he retires. We invite you to join Cecily and Dave for all the fun starting at 8:30 Thanksgiving Day morning. Coming up on Action News tonight, we take the lid off a crime where somebody has stolen shoeboxes full of toys for kids in developing countries. And Jamie Apodi hears from Andy Reid about how long Brian Westbrook will be sidelined.
Things cleared out beautifully. Today. Does it hold for the entire weekend? We'll find out if I can hold out for the weekend, too. In the exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast.
That and so much more when Action News continues. shaking in Mount Laurel, New Jersey tonight with word that somebody stole boxes of toys meant for overseas kids who have absolutely nothing. New Jersey correspondent Norma Mushanek has the story.
You can't fathom why somebody would want to do that to children.
John Atkinson is a volunteer coordinator at Grace Bible Church in Mount Laurel. For the past 13 years, he's organized the collection of thousands of shoeboxes. It's part of Operation Christmas Child, an international effort to ship shoeboxes filled with toys and goodies to needy children in Africa, Eastern Europe, and Central Asia. So imagine Atkinson's heartbreak when he discovered this week that someone had broken into a tractor trailer storing cartons and cartons of these shoeboxes ready to be shipped overseas.
These gifts will go to over 100 countries, and these gifts that are handed out, the children may only get that one box in their whole lifetime.
Police are investigating, but some have their suspicions.
Kids earlier in the day just looking around, and they probably saw him put the lock on, and they're thinking something valuable's in there.
For some reason, the thieves took off with only a handful of the shoeboxes. Everyone's thankful for that, but still upset.
I think that is just terrible. These are tiny little shoeboxes for children who have nothing, and they take that. They should be really ashamed of themselves, because they're stealing from people who are trying to help others.
The theft is disappointing, but there's no time to dwell on it because there's work to do. Grace Bible is the main collection center for Central and South Jersey, and the deadline for drop-off is Monday. This site alone will collect about 22,000 shoeboxes, and organizers are still welcoming volunteers and donations. In Mount Laurel, I'm Norma Mushanek, Channel 6 Action News.
Some of the hustle and bustle of Center City, Philadelphia came to an abrupt halt today. Dozens of volunteers took part in the Literacy Freeze event. Each person stood still for 2 minutes to highlight the effect of low adult literacy in Philadelphia. Organizers say illiteracy can be paralyzing, but learning to read and write is vital to success. It was a celebration of school success in Bucks County today. The U.S. Department of Education designated the Gray Nun Academy in Yardley as a blue ribbon school. It distinguishes the Catholic K-8 as one of the best schools in the country, the only school in Bucks County to receive the honor this year, and also recognizes strong parent involvement and community support. Our congratulations to Gray Nun Academy. A group of local business and community leaders were honored today in Center City, Philadelphia. The Greater Philadelphia Urban Affairs Coalition hosted an awards breakfast to mark 40 years of service. And among the honorees, Philadelphia's First Lady, Lisa Nutter. Organizers say each award winner strives to improve his or her community for their neighbors. Some dedicated runners were pounding the pavement early this morning in Center City, Philadelphia. This group is part of Back on My Feet, an organization which helps build confidence and strength within homeless populations. More than 60 homeless men are training for this Sunday's Philadelphia Marathon and Half Marathon. Question is, will it be a marathon respite for Brian Westbrook?
It's starting to look like that. Oh, I probably should point.
You got the wrong mic on, or you don't have any mic on?
Yeah, that would be a good thing, huh? Bear with me 1 second. Here we go. Oh, that's better. I love it. Now, we knew that the Eagles would be without Brian Westbrook this week when they traveled to Chicago to play the Bears. But today, Andy Reid said that Westbrook will also sit out next week against the Redskins and likely the following week against the Falcons, too. After that, he will be reevaluated. Meantime, he's not the only banged-up bird. The linebacking core has been hit really hard. Akeem Jordan will sit out this week with a knee injury, so the Eagles will field their 6th different set of starting linebackers in 10 games. It's not official, but looks like Joe Mays will start this week at middle linebacker. Chris Gokong, it seems, will move back outside.
I'm ready. I've been through this week of practice, watching film, taking reps, just getting to know the game plan a little bit better. I feel comfortable in what we can go out there and do.
You know what? We'll see on Sunday, but today I was practicing outside, but we'll see.
Sounds like they're confused, too. College hoops, the Villanova Wildcats back in action at the Puerto Rico tip-off down south, a day after winning their opener by 1 on a late three-pointer. Jay Wright, usually in some impeccable suit, seems he can really pull off the Margaritaville look too, huh? 6th-ranked Wildcats facing the 21st-ranked Dayton Flyers. Corey Fisher to the hoop and the foul. He had 10 in the first frame. 18 for the game, led all scores. Cats up 8 at the break. Second half, Scotty Reynolds executing the pick and roll to a T. Antonio Pena, 2 of his 13. Nova up 17 at that point. They'd go on to win 71-65, earning themselves a berth in the tournament's final tomorrow. Finally, okay, full disclosure, rookie Drew Holiday has quickly become one of my favorite Sixers, and not just because he went to my alma mater, UCLA. No, as you'll see, there are many more reasons to love the 17th overall pick. Just ask his grandma. Jeff Skversky has that story.
Drew Holiday with the deflection.
Sixers rookie Drew Holiday is trying to find his way on the court and around town. That's where his grandmother comes in.
All right, come on, what you want for lunch? I got it started.
Holiday's grandmother is living with the 19-year-old for the entire season to help him adjust to life in the NBA.
It's great to have family here just to look out for me and, just have somebody to be around.
I have to, keep up with this, help him with his room still. He's only 19.
And she does his laundry and cooks him 3 meals a day.
You want a sandwich, some vegetables? Let's drink Gatorade today.
For the game, nice and healthy.
Yes, that'll keep him strong and he'll make those baskets.
Holiday launching a 3.
Making baskets or making it even onto the floor has been a challenge. Holiday has played in only 6 of their 11 games so far.
That's definitely the toughest part. Really just, I guess, having to sit. Again, that's why I put extra work in. There's the living room where I spend, I guess, most of my time when I come home from practice.
So you have all these video games. I imagine you play an NBA game and you play as yourself.
I definitely play myself, get about 50 points, and we win the game. I usually hit the game winners.
And maybe tonight he'll do the same in a real game. Jeff Skversky, Channel 6 Action News.
I think everyone should have a grandma living with them.
He's being well taken care of.
It's great to see.
Thank you, Jeff.
Okay.
Coming up, Dave Roberts and that AccuWeather forecast. When we continue, what are you laughing at? No, you're a grandpa. We'll be right back in just a minute. Too much more time to get this whole thing right,
I know. I'm working toward that. Every day I come in here and I say, let's see if we can get it right today.
Well, practice makes perfect.
Yes, lots of practice. All right. Here's Storm Tracker 6. There is we've got all those radar scans out there. They're covering everything. I mean, we're not missing a thing. Well, actually, we're missing any precipitation. That's what we're missing because there's none out there. All's quiet. All right, let's go live on Sky 6. I love this shot. Looking at the Benjamin Franklin Bridge in high definition. The bridge all lighted this evening. Very, very nice indeed. 6 o'clock numbers. Here we go. Present temperature reading at 54 degrees. Relative humidity 49%. The barometer 30.09. It is on the rise, and the winds out of the northwest 7 miles an hour. That ocean temperature is 56 degrees. Well, I'm sure that you notice we're staying steady as far as temperature is concerned here in Philadelphia. Tuesday, 52, 56 on Wednesday, 49 on Thursday. Today, 56 degrees, above that normal of 53 for the last 3 days. So we're steady as far as temperatures are concerned. Right now, we're reporting 54 degrees, down to 42 up there in the Poconos, 50 for Trenton, 50 degrees in Dover, and 54 in Wildwood. Here's the satellite along with the action radar. Look how quickly that system, that overnight precipitation, moves away and cleared out just beautifully for us today. Just got a few clouds hanging around. Light stuff. All right, Saturday, high pressure in control. We love those high pressure systems. It's going to be a gorgeous Saturday with a high of 57 degrees. Very, very nice indeed. And then as we go into Sunday, we're looking for sun and then some clouds in the afternoon. As high pressure starts to pull away, a high of 56. And the possibility of some rain at night. So the 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, weekend's looking like it's going to be a nice weekend. Oh, they got the Philadelphia Marathon on Sunday, and it's going to be 42 degrees at 7 o'clock in the morning. You got a few clouds, not much of a breeze. Good luck to the runners. Everybody go out and have a good time. Call from AccuWeather. We had a winner today, and tomorrow there's going to be another winner. Here we go for tonight. Nice night coming up, mainly clear, less breezy, 37 degrees in the suburbs, 42 for Center City. Winds out of the west-northwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. Are you ready for it? The exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Here we go. Saturday, sun and clouds with a high of 57 degrees. Overnight low is 44. On Sunday, more sunshine, but then they give way to clouds later on in the day, a high of 56 degrees. We're looking for the possibility of some rain Sunday night, and that rain goes on into Monday. Monday, breezy with some rain and a high of 53 degrees. And on Tuesday, clouds and sun, 62. On Wednesday, sun and clouds, we turn that around, a high of 59 degrees. And let's take a look now at the exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. Right now, AccuWeather's call is mostly cloudy with a high of 50 degrees. There are the possibilities of some showers, but that's just a possibility at this time. Long way off. Friday, it's going to be brisk and chilly with a high of 45 degrees. So a very nice night coming up, and we're looking very good, Jim, as we go into the weekend.
Thank you, David. Well, finally tonight, a little teamwork and elbow grease created a bunch of smiles today in Center City. Members of the law firm Deckert's Antitrust Group teamed up with children from the Boys and Girls Club to build some bikes. Organizers say the event reinforces the importance of communication. For an extra surprise, the children who took part got to take their bikes home. World News with Charles Gibson next on Channel 6. Action News continues at 11 with a special report by reporter Brian Taff on Catholic priests and marriage.
It's a vow every Roman Catholic priest is expected to take and live by, celibacy. But a recent decision by Rome could change that, allowing certain priests to be married.
There were times when priests were married, all priests, not only in different rites. So it could happen.
And that's part of Brian's special report tonight at 11. Now for Dave Roberts, Jamie Apodi, the entire Action News team. I'm Jim Gardner. We hope you'll join us for Action News at 11 o'clock tonight.